everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my updated full coverage foundation, blush, bronzer, highlight routine that I do in the colder months when I don't have as much color, when I need a little bit more coverage in certain places. So I hope y'all enjoy watching. It's a super simple video, similar to the one I did a couple months ago when I first started my channel, when I did the summer foundation routine. All the processes are still the same basically, but just a couple products are different. So I hope y'all enjoy, and we will just jump into the video. Alright, so let's get things going. So I already have on my eyes and my brows already done. We're just focusing on the face today and what I do to get a full coverage foundation routine for the winter time. So first things first, I always start with a setting spray. I noticed this that really helps me. Again, I know y'all know this, but my skin is very oily. So this helps to keep that oil at bay. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. It's oil-free, just makes that makeup stay. I find that spraying this on first, I spray this on before I start my foundation and then after I'm already done. So it kind of gives it something to stick to and then locks it in place when I do it again at the end. So I'm just going to spray this on my face. Just give myself a quick shower. I'm going to let that set just for a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with primer next. So I'm pretty sure this is the same primer that I used in my last summer foundation routine video. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer, and I really love this. It's hard for me to find a primer that I really like that helps kind of smooth out my skin but also kind of control the oil, and this one does for sure. So I love it and I'm sticking with it. Alright, so for foundation, I'm using two today and I'll tell you why, but I usually only use one of these. So I'm going in with the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. It looks like this. I really like it. It helps kind of give your skin a little natural finish, but also, again, since I'm oily, I don't want to look too dewy or else I'll just look like I'm a ball of grease walking around. So I really like this one because it doesn't keep me too matte, but it also stays a long time and looks very natural. And then I'm going to mix it with the Dior Nude Air foundation only because I just fake tan the other day and this one is a little bit too light for me. So the only reason I'm using this is just to kind of give it some color, since this is a lot darker than this. So you'll see what I'll do, but usually don't even worry about this, just use this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this stick foundation first and go, mainly since this is a lot lighter, go more in the inside of my face, and then I'll kind of drip the other foundation around. I have a mirror right here. I'm just gonna do 3 little lines on the bottom. This is a really full coverage foundation, so a little bit goes a long way. And then just 2 big lines on my cheekbones, and then 1 across my forehead and then down my nose. So this is going to be obviously the main foundation that we're using. And then this particular foundation comes with a little dropper thing like this. So I'm just going to kind of put a couple dots on my cheeks, and that's how we will add a little bit of color in here. And then I'm just going to grab my Morphe M439 brush. This is a silicone brush, and blend it out. This stick foundation is super easy to blend. And I won't worry about my forehead with the foundation, we'll just bronze it up. Both of these foundations give a really pretty natural finish, 2 of them, which I really like. Alright, so once the foundation is on, we're going to go in with concealer. This is my favorite part. We're going to go in with the Tarte, again I'm using 2, I'm so high maintenance, I promise I'm not. So I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and then the Naked Weightless Complete Concealer. And again, the only reason I'm using two is because this is a little bit too dark for me and I kind of want to lighten it up just a little bit more just to kind of pronunciate those features and to help with any darkness underneath the eye area. So I'm going to go in with the Shape Tape one first. This is in the shade Medium. And I'm going to go right under my eye area. This is really full coverage. This is my all-time favorite concealer so far right now. And since this is really full coverage, you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. So you can get away with doing just a little tiny triangle under the eyes and a little bit on the forehead if you want. So just kind of highlighting those areas, and then just a little bit going in with this Naked one. This is Light Warm. This will just kind of give you that extra pop right here, and then you can highlight the areas of your face if you want. And then I'm just going to take a beauty blender and blend that out. A beauty blender is my all-time favorite way to blend out concealer. I think it is just gives you the most beautiful natural finish with a beauty blender. Alright, so once that concealer is on and blended, I'm going to keep that beauty blender handy and I'm going to use it to set that concealer underneath my eye area. So I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs contour powder. It looks like this. And I'm going in with this yellow shade right here with my beauty blender, and we're going to set that concealer in place. So I'm just going to look up and we're just going to tap that underneath the eye area and everywhere where we put that concealer. So what this is going to do is, because we're using a wet beauty blender, it's just going to help to keep that moisture under the eyes, help it not crease and not look cakey underneath the eye area. It just kind of melts in the skin. And also doing the same thing for my chin, forehead, and down my nose. Alright, so once that is on, we are going to bronze away. This is my all-time favorite part of my face routine. I'm just going to go in with the MAC Give Me Sun. I use a ton of different bronzers all the time, so you never know, it changes daily. But I'm going to go in with this one just because I'm wanting a bronze effect and I want it to match my neck a little bit better. So I'm just going to go in. This is the Morphe M527 and we're just going to bronze it up. Just no rhyme or reason, just hitting everywhere where the sun would naturally hit. The MAC Give Me Sun is a super awesome bronzer for honestly all skin types. Just really nice to just warm up the skin with. It gives you that nice glow, kind of like the summertime. It's really pretty. I think that is good with the bronzer. Next, sometimes honestly I just leave it like this, but I'll do blush today since we'll just go all out for the video. I'm going in with the NYX Foreplay blush. It just looks like this. It's a really pretty pink, just natural flush kind of color. And I'm just going to tap it really lightly, not going in with a lot, just to kind of give my cheeks a little bit of color. And usually I just make a sassy face and then just put it on the apples of my cheeks right here. And then I kind of bring it back towards the temple as well. This just kind of, to me, brings out my cheekbones even more. Alright, and then last but not least, we're going to go in with some highlight. This is the Becca Champagne Pop highlight. And I'm just going to take the Morphe M501 brush. Take a little bit of that and then put that right on top of my cheekbones. Alright, and then last but not least, I kind of just take a step back. I think I did this in my last video too, but with foundation routine, but it just really helps to kind of clean any areas up. I just go in with this Jane Iredale powder. I need to get a new one. I have like hit pan with this, and then just take this, honestly any brush will do, but just a little dome shaped brush, and then I just kind of take a step back, look at my face, and see if there's any areas I need to clean up, such as underneath my cheekbones or anything like that, or if the bronzer, I can't think of the word, got a little bit too close to my mouth and just kind of looks kind of dirty. So I just take this last step just to kind of clean anything up that I think needs to be, And then after that, once I'm satisfied with everything, I go back in with the first step, the all-nighter makeup setting spray, and then just give my face a quick spray. That will just kind of lock everything in place, as well as kind of take away a little bit of the cakiness with the powder, like everything look a little bit more natural. So I love setting sprays. Alright guys, that's basically it for my updated full coverage foundation routine that I do during a little bit of the colder months when I don't have as much color, when I need a little bit more coverage in certain places. I hope you all enjoyed watching and maybe learned or want to try out some of the products that I used. Again, as always, everything will be linked down below. But yeah, I think that is basically it. Super easy video. I hope y'all have an awesome, beautiful holiday weekend with your families, and I will see y'all back here next week. Bye.